This is Jackie, and I'm here with Jared in the mill. We are day 3 at Bonnaroo. Are you hanging tough?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Okay. That's important. Black was not a good color choice today, though, in the heat.
Black is always a good color choice.
I mean, it's very rock and roll, I get you. But I'm just saying, it's a little warm. Okay. Anything for the vibe. Speaking of vibe, what is the future vibe to follow up This Story Is No Longer Available?
Ooh, I don't know. We just released that record in February, so I think we're still riding high from that, and we love the hell out of that record. So we're just trying to care it and nurture it and bring it up to be the biggest, strongest record it can be before we decide to have another.
So I'm gonna hit you with the English teacher question then. Give me 3 adjectives to describe that record.
The new one? Western. Future.
Friend?
Yeah.
Punchy.
Punchy.
Ooh, punchy.
I like that.
I was going to say pastry, which is very close.
That's because you see Homer Simpson and you think about donuts, and I have the same problem. So how is This Story Is No Longer Available? How is it an evolution since Western expansion?
It's just a step in the direction that we've been going our entire career. I think we, when we started out, we were definitely just like a folk band. But as we developed, we grew more and more in love with the rock and roll side of us, and now we started introducing, synth and some more, layered and maybe the word is thought through.
Punchy.
Punchy sounds. It's just, I don't know, it just sounds a little bit more developed and mature and more stylistic to who we really are as artists and as a band.
Is your songwriting more personal or more thematic and broad?
Definitely more personal. Every song, we live with each other on the road, so we all have very similar experiences, I feel like. So people have asked if there's like a concept behind what we do, but really we all just write whatever we're feeling at the time, and it happens to line up, and it interweaves itself really nicely.
And so as you have new music out, what role does music streaming play in your day-to-day and in your sort of thinking?
Wow. That is a very loaded question. It's cool. I really appreciate how available it's made music to the broader audience. It's certainly helped us get in touch with people who have never heard of us, which is huge. And I think that every time there's any sort of paradigmal shift within an industry, it's up to the people who generate the industry to adapt and find a way to make it work.
And they just haven't yet.
I mean, we're starting to make it work. Like now live shows are becoming such a commodity because people get their music for free. They fall in love with these artists, and then it becomes more of an event when when they come through and you see the show, and then you buy merch and these sort of things. So I feel like more income is generated at the shows than recorded music.
So it's a vehicle to the show.
Yeah, and in many ways, I think we see it as like an advertisement for like, come to our show, be a part of our community, and let's have fun together. So
that's where the fun is anyway.
we're at Bonnaroo, so if you don't believe that, then GTFO.
I'm going to leave that question well said. That's what I got.
Blah, blah.
Yeah. So does terrestrial radio still have a role?
Terrestrial radio?
Yeah, that thing in your car that you press the buttons and you turn the knobs and sometimes shit happens.
Extraterrestrial radio. No, certainly. I mean, like there's so many places where that is still used as a vehicle for consuming music. Like in the workplace, I know a lot of workplaces use just the radio if they're not running Spotify playlists. And also, like I think that there's something personal about knowing that what you are experiencing was put on by a human on the other side of the line. And I think that people, there's something romantic about radio, and I don't think that will die for a very, very long time.
All right. What about vinyl and cassette tapes? Some bands are putting those out for fans as like collector's items. Is that something you'd ever consider?
Vinyl sales are the highest they've been since like the 70s. We have vinyls, and people really, audiophiles and just general consumers alike. Like people really enjoy the experience and the process of listening to a vinyl, and I think that it's becoming more accessible and also just more widespread and popular method of listening.
And again, the live show is where it's at. Have you gotten a chance to walk around Bonnaroo at all yet?
Yeah,
Yeah?
definitely. Been checking out the grounds, and it's insane.
What is your favorite or least favorite festival fashion so far?
Ooh, my least favorite. Ooh, actually, my most favorite is shorts.
Okay.
I love ventilation.
Yes.
And actually, you know what? I take that back. My most favorite is men wearing dresses, to be honest.
There are some really fashionable men walking around in dresses today.
I think it's progressive. I think it's a good vibe. And honestly, I think it's way more comfortable than pants.
And better ventilation.
Yeah.
Favorite festival fashions?
Let me think about this. You go first.
I've just seen a lot of boot wear, intense boots, which is very chill. You could be wearing a bathing suit, but you still have boots on that you could, like, walk into a nuclear power plant with or something. It's
Or
fantastic.
kick someone's ass or something good.
Love that vibe.
You have to walk around a lot in Bonnaroo, so like flip-flops are just not going to cut it.
Everyone's ready to roll.
Absolutely. And I think they're ready to
Getting a tan,
roll,
and
wink,
then
wink.
climbing out.
Yes, climb a mountain. So you're still thinking about
No, I
fashion?
got it.
All right.
Yeah.
Sit a little bit closer so we can hear you.
Yeah. Yesterday, there were like 3 or 4 dudes walking around dressed like Ben Franklin. It was a very good vibe.
Oh, I missed that. I saw the guy in the jockstrap, though. Nothing but a jockstrap.
Hell yeah. Party.
No
Party
explanation needed. So Bonnaroo is definitely an interesting place. How do you go about choosing your playlist for a festival like Bonnaroo versus a show that you're headlining?
You mean like a set list?
Yeah.
Yeah. We just try to play as much energy and just loud, attention-grabbing music as possible. And then once we get them in a little room all to ourselves, that's when we'll play the intimate songs.
What's up next for you guys after Bonnaroo?
More tour. We're still pushing. This tour is no longer available, and we'll be doing that for the foreseeable future. So come out to a show and check us out.
He got me. Stay tuned for much more. This is Jackie. Thanks to In the Key of Change and Chorus FM. Thanks, Jared in the Mill.